How come my heart's racing?
We're live. Give it 10 seconds, let the live audience catch up.
Yep.
Mazzy, it's mixing night, baby girl. What do you think?
Mixing night.
All right, I think Mommy's ready for her poem.
Okay, welcome everyone. Mixing night before Christmas and all through the stew. The team is preparing to entertain you. Sprint mixing is up first, right out of the gate. The Jedi has 10 minutes to make it sound great. And Mazzy is snuggling up in her bed, wishing the tree bowl might fall by her head. The chat roll is active with Dom interacting, though the difference in time is very impacting. Ken shows DAW examples to help you get better, especially GreenHAAS, when vibe really matters. Behind the scenes in Studio B, 5 cameras capture the night, run by yours truly. Marcus Manderson, the resident man of mystery, shares the latest deals most brilliantly. The gauntlet is thrown with a new beat contest. We can't wait to hear your creative responses. A full mix tutorial demonstrated for you live and an ear training quiz has been contrived. The info Ken shares just keeps on coming. There's so much to learn, it's really quite stunning. This is the best community, without a doubt. And now comes the time to give some shout outs. Matt Thrasher, Ben Ellery, plus Shiv and Jason, Josh S., This is Torch, and Nora Hayden. MBI, Jason Lee, Sam Champagne, Rory Miller, Ben Kruger, and Kev J. So many to list, we can't say them all, but we are most grateful for you all, our amazeballs. Many thanks for the year. It's been such a delight. Happy holidays, you guys. Now let's go have a great mixing night. Thanks.
Great job, babe.
Thanks, man.
All right. I gotta get... Hey! Man, my wife is just the best thing ever. Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas to Lori Lewis. Bye, Lori Lewis. For all of her hard work on the show. She's been holding down cameras and artwork and all sorts of things on this show forever. But it's my turn now. Welcome to Mixing Night. I'm Ken Lewis, and it is GreenHAAS Christmas! Merry Christmas, everybody, and happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate, you are with your Mixing Night family tonight. So get on the live chat roll and interact with our awesome Mixing Night community. Lori and I just got back from our place in Ecuador. Man, while we were gone, Mazzy and our team held it down on the home front here. Thanks, guys. We will do Mixing Night Ecuador eventually, maybe in 2022. We'll have to see. I am Ken Lewis, and I have the weirdest resume in the entire music business, which just got a little sweeter this last week. I had production credits on Vibes Cartel and Big Time Rush come out. Mostly additional production, not like super, I wasn't like the dude. And I worked on 6 songs on the new Alicia Keys album, mostly as a musical contributor. So did Dominic Ravinius. Great work, Dominic. And my assistant engineer, Johnathan Garcia, got an engineering credit on the album as well. Congrats, all teammates. And behind the scenes is, man, it's just totally bananas right now, as Mazakeen Lewis will tell you, as she begs for her treats for the night. She's got to hold down security. So let's see what else is going on. Okay, weirdest resume, check it out at kenlewis.com, and thank you for joining us tonight. We have cooked up a show worthy of closing out the year with. Woo! But first, if you are not aware, in 2022, Mixing Night is going to only once a month. I know, I'm sorry. But hey, the first Wednesday of every month will be Mixing Night, so we are actually back in 2 weeks from tonight on January 5th. Whoosh! Soft landing. Tonight, Len Kuis teaches you step-by-step how to record vocals. Boom. That's happening. Don't miss it. This Len Kuis dude, he gets a plant named after him, and then he thinks he knows how to improve your vocal skills better than I do. The hubris. Anyway, Len's showing you how to do some vocals later on in the broadcast. pretty soon in the broadcast, actually. Later in the broadcast, I am doing a full mix, faders down to hopefully completely finished, of the new single by Australian indie artist Sean Frayne, titled Get Up and Go. I sprint mixed it a couple months back, I think. Now, tonight, I'm going to do the full mix. It's going to be pure instinct. I haven't tried, I haven't practiced, I just stripped everything down, and I'm going to just walk you through my experience and see what you get out of it. I think it's going to be fun. Anyway, his single drops Friday, and I put a link to pre-save the single in the description of the video that you are watching right now. Go pre-save his single and stream the hell out of it on Friday. That super helps independent artists out. So thank you for the Sean Frayne love. I will be getting, I'll be taking questions live from the chat roll all night. Dominic is live in Germany on the chat roll, but he's feeding me questions right to the screen, just to my right, straight across the pond. So fire away all night. Dominic's going to put the best questions up to me, and I'll answer them live. Ear training tonight is at 8:55 p.m.-ish. Phaser, flanger, chorus. I play you a normal full mix, then I process the lead vocal with either, you guessed it, phaser, flanger, or hey you, or chorus. Good girl. And I make it either mono or stereo. So that's the second half of the challenge. You got to find the effect and find out whether it's mono or stereo. There's 21 examples, 42 points total. You have to tell me what's going on. The ear training worksheet, of course, is in the description of the video you're watching right now. Go grab the ear training worksheet. Challenge a friend right now. And hey, may the most practiced ears win. Yes, you can obviously develop your hearing. That's what ear training is for. You know, I didn't just wake up with these ears. I had to put a Santa hat over them. But these things take real work to, develop and to keep really razor sharp. So tonight we launch a new segment on the role of an assistant engineer. My new Jedi in training, Johnathan Garcia, will bring you a recurring segment, maybe, teaching you the important assistant engineer skills that might just help you land that job that you're looking for and help you excel at your current gigs. He's going to drop you some facts tonight. We are closing tonight's show with a truly special twist on the new Christmas classic by artist friend of the show, Cliff Sims, titled Never Seen a White Christmas. Oh my God, do you see this dog? Give her a couple treats and she takes a mile. Oh, I tell you. All right, dog, here. Now leave me alone. I'm sure that's going to happen. Okay, where was I? Cliff Sims, friend of the show. Never Seen a White Christmas. The song's been doing well on Spotify. We showcased it a month back. Produced by me and Michael Masta, movie trailer boss. Follow Cliff Sims on Spotify right now. But tonight, to close the show, a member of our truly awesome Mixing Night community sent me over a Cliff Sims... he sent me over a Christmas message with a cover version of the Cliff Sims song, Never Seen a White Christmas. So I'm going to close the show with a cover version done of that song from a member of our community. It is absolutely captivating. You do not want to miss it. Cliff and Michael Moss are going to be so proud. Also tonight, legendary mastering engineer Howie Weinberg just released a new mastering plugin with Acoustica Audio. It's absolutely bananas. I've just started poking around with it. I don't have a good handle on it yet, but I will in 2 weeks. We're launching a new Christmas beat challenge tonight, and the winner of that challenge in 2 weeks is going to win this new mastering plugin from Howie Weinberg. Boom. Oh, hey, you. Oh my goodness. I have created a monster. So the Christmas Beat Challenge, oh man, I cooked up such a dope royalty-free starter for you. Anybody can enter and win as long as you have fun. I will play the starter later in the broadcast, but there's a link to download the starter. You guessed it, in the description of the live stream you're watching right now. The starter is in the description. Go grab it and enter. You must use the starter, but it is completely royalty-free. Go write a song, make $1 million, don't give me a dime. I mean, you could, but you don't have to. And you could win plugins. So maybe see if Howie maybe I'll see if Howie can drop us some tips on how to use his plugin for the next broadcast. Mazzy is definitely dropping her tips tonight. You need to lay down. Good girl. Also tonight we have Skrizzly Sprint mixing, Q&Aing, woo-wooing, GreenHAAS Christmasing Marcus Manderson, man of mysterying. Woo! Oh, live broadcasting is so much fun. That dog is going to Ramsey Bolton me before the end of the night. This is going to be great when I close out the year with. Fire away with your questions on the chat roll. It's Sprint Mix time again with Skrizzly Adams' single Foolish. Foolish. Whoa, whoa. So why sprint mixing, Ken? Why? Is it so I can learn how to mix super fast? Is that the point of sprint mixing? No, hell no. Sprint mixing is about trusting your instincts and your gut and forgetting about technology and listening to what's coming out of the speakers and reacting and making all of your decisions based off of the music coming out of the speakers instead of she's fine. Instead of what your eyeballs are telling you and what plug-in that you think you're gonna need. That shit is totally irrelevant. Hey, you. I know it's been salmon night. She gets so ape shit when I give her salmon. She's fine. She's fine. She's fine. All right. I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock. If you're a friend of the show, you know what time it is. It is Sprint Mix time again. And Mazzy is going to lose her microphone, and it's about to get loud in here. All right. You know we still got to mask up. Come on. COVID, Omicron already. Motherfucker. Jesus. Omicron is just ripping through New York City. So many of my friends have it. Please be safe out there. Mask up. Get your damn booster shot. We are all triple vaxxed in this house. It is Ken Lewis. You have found Mixing Night. This is Skrizzly Adams. I got to set a timer, don't I? Jesus, Ken, what are you doing? You have found Mixing Night. Thank you for joining us. Merry Christmas. 10 minutes. It's going to be a great night. Welcome aboard.
headstrong, go waste time on me, baby. She don't care if it tastes wrong, shakes till the last song, go spend the night on me, baby. Waste time on me, baby. She don't care if it tastes wrong. The last song, go spend the night on me, baby. Strong, go waste time. While her hips catch the beat, she's the red kind of heat that I wanted. Yeah, she's not wanna preach what she keeps, cause she knows that it's talking. Ah, yeah. While her hips catch the beat, she's the red kind of heat that I wanted. Knows that her jeans do the talking. Ah, yeah. Strong, go waste time on me, baby. She don't care if it tastes wrong, shakes till the last song, go spend the night on me, baby. She don't care if it tastes wrong, shakes till the last song, go spend the night on me, baby. She don't care if the last song, go spend the night on me, baby. Just do it. You're not the one to fool with. Try this, you lose it. We'll both just call this foolish. Try this, just do it. You're not the one to fool with. I'll drive this, you lose it. We'll both just call this foolish. Try this, just do it. You're not the one to fool with. I'll drive this, you lose it. We'll both just call this foolish. Try this, just do it. You're not the one to fool with. I'll drive this, you lose it. We'll both just call this foolish. Try this, just do it. You're not the one to fool with. I'll drive this, you lose it. We'll both just call this foolish. Try this, just do it. You're not the one to fool with. Lose it, we'll both just call foolish. I'll drive this, you lose it. We'll both just call this foolish. Soul that speaks tongues way past headstrong, go waste time on me, baby. She don't care if it tastes wrong, shakes till the last song, go spend the night on me, baby. Ah, yeah, don't say too late. I'm only half. How long it takes to get one done? Try this, just do it. Not the one to fool with. I'll drive this, you lose it. We'll both just call this foolish. Try this, just do it. You're not the one to fool with. Drive this, you lose it. We'll both just call this foolish. She got a soul that speaks tongues way past headstrong. Go waste time on me, baby. She don't care if it tastes wrong. Shakes till the last song. Go spend the night on me, baby. Tongues way past headstrong. Go waste time on me, baby. She don't care if it tastes wrong. Shakes till the last song. Go spend the night on me, baby. Ah, yeah, don't say too late. I'm only half done. How long does it take to get you undone? Try this, just do it.
Welcome to Mixing Night. I am Ken Lewis. That was Skrizzly Adams' Foolish. That's the first time I've sprint mixed that. That was actually 34 stems, which gave me exactly 17 seconds per stem to decide where every single thing goes in only 10 minutes to get the best possible rough mix that I can. Let me get my disco lights off. Come on. Okay. Disco mode deactivated. Oh, wow, that's bright. Let's try that. Hey, it's live broadcast again. All right. Come on. What's... and boom. All right. Well, that's going to be close enough. Welcome back to Mixing Night. I'm Ken Lewis. We have a crazy show for you tonight. You get to hear Len Kuis sing. I don't know about that. You might want to tune out before that happens. That's coming up pretty fast. Q&A from the chat roll. Steppo asks, "Hey Ken, I heard a song recently that has a really cool lo-fi sound on the whole track. I was wondering, is that usually done..." Hey you lay down. Is that usually done on the mix bus or on each individual channel? Sometimes I do both. Sometimes, like, for instance, the UAD Ampex 102 tape machine, I love the way that it can vintageify some shit. It's got like 4 or 5 presets that I start with and tweak that can really take, and I just actually did this on a mix like 2 weeks ago and the fucking client freaked out. He loved it. But it was like this kind of modern song that felt like it should have been this artist from the 70s, and I just wanted it to feel that way. And I think there's like a blistering 111 setting on the UAD Ampex 102. That's a good starting point if you want to hear that kind of shit. I'll use that same effect and technique on individual sounds, and honestly, you know, one of my super go-tos for that now is GreenHAAS. I don't use GreenHAAS on the mix bus, but for vibe and filtering and distortion and everything else, that is the box. Let me just pull it up real quick and show you why I say that. Okay. We'll take this lead vocal.
Don't say too late. I'm only half done. Hands round your waist, and I get undone. Don't say too late. I'm only half done. Hands round your
Like, vibe is everything. It's whatever you need to get vibe is what you throw on. Like, I don't really think about tools much. I mean, GreenHAAS covers so many tools for me now. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, Johnathan will tell you, you can pull up any one of my mixes for the last 6 months, and GreenHAAS is just all over the shit. It's just such an easy tool to use. Okay, more Q&A. Paul Miller asks, the Venerable Kenobi, how much value do you do channel strip plugins have, such as BX SSL 4000, knee, Focusrite, Townhouse, blah, blah, blah. Can we get these tones with stock plugins? Good question, Paul. Yeah, I think you can, but here's the difference. And GreenHAAS is a absolutely perfect example of this. It's not a channel strip, but it shows you the point that I'm going to try and make is, the channel strips pull a whole bunch of things together into one thing so that you can look at 3 or 4 or 5 processes all happening to what you're affecting all at once without clicking onto this plugin and then onto that plugin, then back onto this one and then adding this aux and then routing there. Everything is in one plugin. That's the value of a channel strip. And that's the same process with GreenHAAS. And the thing that I noticed about GreenHAAS was I took a bunch of different processes that I have done variations of for years and years, and I put them all under one hood. And what happened when I did that was that the power of this fucking thing to create sounds that I wasn't getting out of the same exact chains before really blew me away. And the way I can use it creatively, because I can can look at all the controls at once and really see what it's doing and subtly tweak it in real time. That's the real power of having everything into one plugin. Generally speaking, a tool is a tool. If you got a chorus, it's probably going to sound like another chorus. Most of the time you're probably going to be able to set it the way that you need, but it's going to take you a lot longer. And the vibe and the flow is what I'm trying to teach you guys that is so important about mixing, is being in the moment and connecting viscerally with the song that you're working on and forgetting about all the numbers and all the bullshit and just listening and reacting. Okay, Abraham Knowlton from the chat roll asks, hey Ken, how do you typically route outboard gear in your studio? So I can do it a couple different ways. I can bring it up on inserts on the SSL analog channels, or some of the outboard gear is hard patched so that I can insert it on on Pro Tools dedicated IO inserts. So like I used to put the Manley Varimu, my outboard hardware Manley Varimu, across the SSL mix bus, and I've since modified that to move it as an IO insert digitally on the Pro Tools mix bus. So it basically does the exact same thing. It's just going through different IO. And it's still the analog thing, just being instantiated digitally. So let's see. I hope that answered your question. But yeah, I still use a lot of analog stuff. I kind of have my vocal chain, which I'm going to show you guys in a real short period of time, hardwired, and it's I didn't bring up that art. Damn it. It's GrooveTube's Viper. Well, first it's let me get to that. Let me just. That's maybe what I should do. Okay, Sprint Mix Foolish, Skrizzly Adams. Go follow Skrizzly Adams on Spotify while you're at it. He must be approaching 150 million aggregate streams on probably on all services, but as an independent artist. So if you guys want to follow an independent artist who actually earns their living only doing music and really knows how to get out there and build a fan base, follow Skrizzly Adams. He is the real deal, and you guys will love him, obviously. Okay. Let's see. While I am pulling up where is my yes. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys some vocal stuff tonight. Yesterday was, oh no, oh boy, this might be, oh, come on, waves, really? We might go to Marcus Manderson. I don't know, Johnathan, do you know why all the waves just totally quit? Wow. Oh, geez. Well, I don't... This might not be the end of the world. Let's see how this sounds. Bummer. I can't believe... Of course, everything worked 5 minutes ago. I mean, I just checked these sessions. I'm going to quit Pro Tools and just relaunch it and just see what happens. What's going on? Sorry about that. It's live TV. I'll get to some more questions. Cravenstein X asks, hey, Ken, what is the difference between 44.1 sample rate, 48K, and 96K sample rates? Do these settings make any difference in the production stage? Okay. A few things that you need to know. Hey, dog. There you go. Oh, boy. She is thin ice. Thin ice. Okay. Atmos only runs at 48K. You cannot run Atmos sessions at another sample rate. Maybe you can 96, but nobody's doing that. Almost all records in my experience have been made at 44.1. Some guys use double sample rates. I've been using 44.1 24-bit since the dawn of time. I don't necessarily see changing, and the reason is because when you double the sample rate or you get into the super high sample rates, you also double the amount of hard drive space that you are eating up with every bit of audio that you're recording. Just takes up double the hard drive space. If you go to 32-bit from 24-bit, you really don't gain anything sonically, literally at all, and you take up a third more hard drive space. So I think the super high sample rates are, if Adele walked in the room, fuck yeah, I'm going, 96K 32-bit. But if it's anybody else, probably it's getting 24-bit 44.1. I mean, that's just the way everybody works. Okay, what else is happening? Dealer Made Music asks, live from the chat roll, hey Ken, I want to be a freelance tracking engineer. Do you recommend having my own outboard gear do you recommend having my own outboard gear I bring to different studios, or just work completely in the box? I would say it probably depends on your clientele. If your clientele are if you feel like the studios that you're working out of don't have the equipment that you need to bring your clients the best product, then maybe you should be bringing that yourself. Otherwise, bring an iLok with the plugins that that you need to be able to work at speed and at high creativity during your tracking sessions. And what else? I mean, when I started as a tracking I was really started as a tracking engineer. When I went freelance, first thing I did was I went out and spent $15,000 on a rack full of gear, and great speakers, so that I would walk into every single session I was called for, and I would look just like the Tony Maseratis and those guys who I was, starting to climb the rungs at the time, attempting to get up to their level to try and compete with. And so, some of it's perception, some of it is the ability to make sure that you can deliver your work at the level that you want to deliver your work at, so, and to that end, I mean, so my main vocal mic is a Sony C800G. I don't know if you can see it if you see from this camera right here. Let me just show you this while this is pulling up. Wow, Waves shit the bed again. Wow, fuck Waves, Jesus, that's really shitty. All right, I might play that off of the hard drive. Don't show the screen for a second and show this Canon mic. Okay, bummer. Where? Hey you, jeez. Do I have the full bounce of? I can find it. There it is. Boom. Okay. So I'm gonna play. I wrote you all a Christmas song. It's not a joyous song of the season by any stretch of the imagination. And it is the song from the session, but I'm going to play you the 2-track because it's less than 2 minutes. So yesterday, so I wrote this song. It's an unhappy Christmas song about just how shitty 2021 has been for all of us. And, you know, I use music as a vessel, just like all of you use music as a vessel. And sometimes I'm trying to create things that I hope to make me money and advance my career. And sometimes I'm just trying to get shit out. And yesterday was a just trying to get shit out day. So Len Kuis was over. We wrote this song together, and then he and like 2 other singers sang this. So I'm going to play my Christmas song to you guys. It's called Gone. Oh, speaking of which, here's why I was going to do this. First, I'm going to play you the Beat Challenge Starter, which Len based this song after. Where is it? The Beat Challenge Starter is right here. Okay. So I queued up. So the Beat Challenge Starter is in the description of the video that you are watching right now. Go grab the Beat Challenge Starter and cook something hot up, and it needs to be submitted to info@mixingnight.com. info@mixingnight.com by 6 p.m. Monday, January 3rd. info@mixingnight.com by 6 p.m. Monday, January 3rd, so that we have time to download them and judge them and put them together for the broadcast. I'll play 10 or 15 of the top submissions live DJ style, and the winner of the whole Beat Challenge gets Howie Weinberg's new mastering plugin from Acoustic Audio, and I'm going to see if Howie can do a tutorial or anything on it. So this is the starter, and then I'll show you what me and Len did with it. Okay, so if you enter the challenge, you've got to use that, but you can chop it up, you can pitch it, reverse it, whatever you do. I don't care. Just use the starter. But I think it's Christmas fabulous. So, you know, I'm hoping somebody writes some happier, cheerier songs than I'm about to drop on you. The first thing that I did with the, not me, Len. This is all Len Kuis. So the first thing that Len did was he dropped the pitch of the starter by 3 semitones, 300 cents, without changing the tempo. This is what he did. So it was here, which also gives you. Okay, so we cut 3 vocalists on this. And then I comped and edited and pocketed and then affected their voices. There's some formatting going on, a lot of automation, some GreenHAAS automation on this. I'm just going to play it once and I'll break it down for you. Oh, yeah, I got to play you the boom. Where is it? All right. So here's what me and Len Kuis cooked up. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Lungs like ice and snow, 48 a go flight. Down in Ecuador, feet along the shore. Blue water, penthouse studio, fucking at the door. Imagine dragons as the shots drag on and on and on and
All right, I'm sure you've all figured out by now that was all me. I mean, Len. Len sang all that whole thing. So I don't know why the waves isn't coming back right now. God dang it. But for whatever reason, why not? I'm gonna see how this is coming out. First, let me show you some mic technique. I don't know. I think probably the Canon is the best one for this. So when you set up a microphone, I typically put the windscreen pretty close. If you can see in the Canon, it's about 2 inches, maybe 2 fingers of width that is between the microphone and the pop filter. And I've got a metal Stedman pop filter on this. I've used the metal Stedmans for years and years and years. They sound great. And before that, I did a DUI pop filter. When I was flat broke and couldn't afford one, I just built one. And I'm sure YouTube has 10 million examples of that. Before I put anybody behind the microphone, I am always making sure that the headphone mix sounds incredible, as good as you can get it before they put on the headphones, so that they feel like they are in the fucking song, in a movie, listening to a finished final mix. Their headphone balance is good with the vocals. Hey, you lay down. And that their vibe is good with the headphones. And that was something that we experimented with yesterday. When I first started to cut vocals on this, I was noticing, like, I had a vision in my head for the way I just wanted the song to feel, and it wasn't feeling that way when I was starting to record vocals. And I can't express this to you enough. It doesn't matter if you have a C800 or anything else, great microphone, bad microphone. If you cannot bring a great vocal performance out of your vocalist or out of yourself, then the best mic in the world doesn't matter. Like, you have to get yourself in whatever zone to just stop giving a fuck about what anybody thinks about your voice. Right? See, she doesn't give a fuck. She absolutely does not give a fuck right now. She's like, broadcast, boop, boop, brr. Give me my treats, bitch. All right, Mazzy. Thanks for, she held it down here while we were gone, so I can't be mad at her. But what was I saying? So, I'm always preaching as a producer that as a vocalist, you need to just let go. Stop worrying about what anybody thinks. You heard those vocals I just played for you. That was all me. You think that all sounds great? No, that's pretty rough. Love me, hate me. At this point, I am who I am. And I just was like, I'm going to do this song. I'm going to make it the biggest version of myself I can. I'm going to make it really, fun where I feel like it needs to be fun, and anguish where I feel like it needs to be anguish. And I'm just going to fucking go for it. And the way we cut vocals yesterday, I had Johnathan engineering, so he's sitting at the SSL, and I had the microphone over there kind of in a corner, just facing away from him in my own space, so that I could just be in my own zone. And I do that for vocalists a lot. I try and whatever zone I'm trying to put the vocalist in. Usually I'll put, like, if it's Skrizzly Adams, I'll put like Lana Del Rey videos up on the screen on mute while he's doing his vocal performances, because Lana makes real Americana style videos, and Skrizzly writes real Americana style songs, so it kind of gets him out of his head for a moment while he's trying to capture the most amazing vocal performance of his career, or I'm trying to capture it and drag it out of him. And if you're an artist and you're in the moment and you're thinking about what you're doing and you're thinking about the lines that are coming out of your mouth and whether or not what you just sang was sharp or flat, or if you're hitting the emotion that you want to hit, then all of those things are hindering you from just being the biggest version of yourself and just going, you know what, I'm gonna just fucking open my mouth and go for it and try and connect with this emotionally, and then I will comp the hell out of the vocals later. I'll find the best moments and I will put them together, and this will all work out. And you have been unruly. Put some fucking salmon skin in this. This girl's got a great nose. She's a huntress for sure. She kills things. So So what was I going to say? Okay. As a vocalist, so that's kind of like, that's both in the mind of like the vocalist, artist, performer, whatever. You got to just stop giving a fuck what people think about what you're doing in the moment, because you are the creator, and creators lead, creators don't follow. If you want to, you know, do music for a living, okay, you got to be conscious of the marketplace, and if you care about that, if you care that, you know, you get a lot of streams and shit like that. But for the most part, you got to keep in mind that we are the creators and we are the leaders, and what you create, if it connects with you, then it doesn't have to connect with anybody else yet. You know, you might be the next Kanye, or not. Probably not. I mean, I've only met one Kanye. But I've met so many insanely talented people over the course of my career who have their own cool vibe going and doing, you know, whatever. I don't know where I was going with that tangent, but okay. What else do I want to impart? From a performing standpoint, as an engineer, you want to make sure that your artist or your vocalist keeps their headphones away from the microphone, because it will feed back if they're just like, or if they like hang their headphones on the microphone after the performance, that will feed back into the microphone. You don't want to do that. You want to be really careful about that. You don't want to over instruct your artists as well. I mean, you hope that there's a bit of common sense going on, but you want to get them just as comfortable as possible so that they're not thinking about the microphone or the technical or anything. You lay down and you be a good girl right now. And that's not going to work. And, you know, the next bit of information on the Price is Right is never, ever, as a tracking engineer or a producer, put your vocalist behind the microphone until you absolutely know you can capture the first performance perfectly. And usually that means I just put on the headphones myself and I go up to the microphone and I check the microphone and I dial in the vibe of the microphone that I think we're going to need, and then I just go with it. And you know, and that's what I do. Let's see. And on this vibe, we lost the wave stuff, but I think we got kind of most of the other. We'll see if it that's replacing, and that's gonna be, let's just see what happens. I did set up no. How about check? Okay, I'm gonna mute the broadcast mic. Can you guys hear me in the control room? All right. So what I did, this is the C800 right now. I'm not using the broadcast mic. You'll see the vocal chain that I had set up. You got to front load that. That's unimportant. I use the Kramer Pi first. That's just kind of like a more gentle compressor. And then I use this T-Bone just to kind of, because I wanted a really light vocal out of myself, and I wanted to get the bass out of it, and so that when I compress it really hard, it's compressing more of the mid-range and less of the bass. And that's what I was doing with the L2. I was just squashing that shit until, so when I set up a performance chain that is currently not working, I usually set a pretty heavy limiter that you're not recording through. It's not like you're committing to this limiting. You're only putting the limiter on the monitor of what the artist is listening to. And the limiter basically keeps the artist at one place the whole time so that they can whisper or scream. And it is the exact same volume to the artist with the headphones on. Now, the way that I utilize this is, I have found that once you show the artist that they have this freedom and that they start experimenting with it and they get really comfortable with it, and all of a sudden the dynamics that come out in the performance are like next level bananas. And because you can so much better work a microphone when you do that than, say, you ever could in a rehearsal room. Because in a rehearsal room, you're constantly in, you know, you're underneath the band, and then you're shouting on top of them, and your ad-libs are ripping loud, and your soft stuff is whisper quiet, and you can't hear it over the PA. And the limiting your voice as you record solves everything. And then the last thing was, I mean, come on, you know it's GreenHAAS Christmas. So here's the vibe without GreenHAAS. Yeah, exactly, I know. So man, Mazzy, you need to relax. So here's, let me see if this is play. Mazzy Bear, relax.
7 days to go, New Year's 24. Bottles! Looks like ice and snowball.
Okay, I'm gonna. Come on. Go on, Maz. Go on, Mazzy. Go see mommy. Maz. Go on. Go.
Come on.
Go. She's like, no.
Maz.
I want treats.
Days to go, New Year's 24. Bottles! Looks like ice and snowball.
That's all I'm doing, and it's super compressed, so I can be like really sing-songy and fun with it, and it doesn't drop out at all. And then after the fact, what I did, and you see when I'm performing, I'm maybe, I don't know if you can see in the that camera, that I'm maybe. You can be real close up on the mic, especially a C800, and it'll just take it. Some microphones you can't really push that hard. The cheaper the microphone, the less you can really push it hard. But a C800 can take all that shit. And so I'm standing when I'm singing, so that my chest is open and I can get a full amount of air. Here's another cheat code for you. Singers Saving Grace. Singers Saving Grace. You can order it on Amazon, and it's just like it's a little bit gross, but it's basically organic, and it coats your vocal cords. Ugh. And it's like armor for your vocal cords. I can sing like twice as long when I've had a little bit of this stuff, and you just kind of let it coat your vocal cords, and you're much better. Okay. So, vibe. Let me show you the difference between GreenHAAS and not GreenHAAS. So, Singers Saving Grace is the product on Amazon. Singers Saving Grace. So, here's no GreenHAAS. And here's GreenHAAS. No GreenHAAS? GreenHAAS. Yeah, baby. Instant vibe, just dialing it right in, and then I'm actually performing the song with this because this puts me into the moment of what I'm trying to do and the things that I'm trying to get the song to make me feel. And my dog is being so unruly right now. So she's like, fuck yo, Christmas. So, I don't know.
7 days to go, New Year's 22.
Hear that vibe? Yeah, you want your singer singing through something that's going to give them some inspiration. And that same thing, if I was singing through this and it was just clean like this, it wouldn't be all that cool. But you put a little fucking GreenHAAS or some sort of distortion, like Decapitator was one of the ones. And then all of a sudden, you got like, you're in the moment. You feel like you're in the middle of a record. And it's not like you have to use GreenHAAS to do that, but I do. But it's all about vibe. Like a lot of times, before GreenHAAS, I used to use Decapitator for this a lot. And I would put Decapitator on the vocal channel while the artist was recording, especially Skrizzly loved that, and now he's loving GreenHAAS. Let's see, can I switch back to my broadcast mic? Oh, we're about to ear train. Okay. Back to the regularly scheduled program. How's it going so far? I don't know about the flow, but it feels like it's going okay to me. Merry Christmas, everyone. Let's see, what else did I want to show about this? Oh, the trick of the week is this vocoder shit. It's not gonna work. Yeah, half the vibe of the song is gone. Alright, I'm gonna just move to ear training because my plugins aren't working. Alright. ear training tonight is rapid fire, phaser, flanger, chorus. Here we go. And the song that I used, of course, had to be Cliff Sims' Never Seen a White Christmas. Friend of the show, Cliff Sims. If you are not following, okay, this will be fine. If you're not following Cliff Sims on Spotify yet, please go to Cliff Sims right now, exactly like it sounds, and follow him on Spotify and stream. Where is it? Cliff Sims. Come on. Sorry. Cliff Sims. There he is. Boom. Never Seen a White Christmas.
Wish you were 20 below.
Yep, you know it. Okay, follow Cliff. So I use this song for ear training, and we chopped up 21 examples. It's going to be rapid fire. You're going to get 2 listens through each example, and then where is? Come on. Boom. Okay, you're going to get 2 listens through each example. And then I'm going to reveal what the effect is. 21 things, a total of 42 points. The ear training worksheet, if you're just tuning in to Mixing Night, is in the description of the video you are watching right now. Go grab it from the description, tap in a friend, challenge them to ear training. It's about to start. Okay, I'm going to play you the no effect so you can get your ears tuned in right here, and then we're straight into rapid fire. Every time you see a new segment, you got to pay attention a little bit. It's going to switch to a different lead vocal effect. The whole mix is not affected, only the lead vocal is, with either a phaser, flanger, or chorus in either mono or stereo. So it's 2 points per answer, whether it's mono or stereo, or whether it's phaser, flanger, or chorus. Tune up your ears, and then we're into number 1, rapid fire. When it starts, it ain't gonna stop. Watch the screen for the next example.
I wish you were 20 below. We could make angels and snow on Christmas. I keep wishing.
All right, here comes number 1.
I wish you were 20 below, and we could make angels and snow on Christmas.
2.
I keep wishing. Frosty, but he wouldn't stay. Another snowman melts away to his grave on Christmas. What am I missing? Dreaming from my TV screen.
5.
I've never seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out.
6.
Santa's sleigh, I only got sunny days and green. I've never seen a white
7.
Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always one far away from the cold
8.
days. I wish it were free. Umbrellas and boots in the rain. I'd rather a scarf and ice skates on Christmas. Winter wishing. Sipping hot cocoa with fires ablaze.
11.
Oh Santa, please turn all my B's into A's on Christmas. Am I on your good list?
12.
Dreaming from the
13.
I've never seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out. Never seen Santa's sleigh, only got sunny days.
14.
It's evergreen. I've never
15.
seen a white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always been
16.
away from the cold winter days. I
18.
Best gift this Christmas is family. It's all I've ever known.
19.
It's so much better than snow. I've never
20.
seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out. Never seen Santa's sleigh, only got sunny days and
21.
silver green. Seen a white Christmas.
All right, one more time through, then the big reveal. I'm going to start it right on number 1. So here's example 1. Phaser, flanger, chorus, and mono or stereo. 21 examples coming at you.
I wish you were 20 below, and we could make angels in snow on Christmas.
2.
I keep wishing we could build Frosty, but he wouldn't stay.
3.
Another snowman melts away to his grave on Christmas. But I'm
4.
missing, dreaming from my TV screen. I've never
5.
seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out. Never seen Santa's sleigh, only got sunny days and
6.
silver green. I've never
7.
seen a white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always been far away from the
8.
winter days. I wish it were free. Umbrellas and boots in the rain.
9.
I'd rather a scarf and ice skates on Christmas. Winter
10.
wishing. Sipping hot cocoa with fires ablaze. Oh Santa,
11.
please turn all my B's into A's on Christmas. Am I on your good list?
12.
Dreaming from the TV screen.
13.
I've never seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out.
14.
Santa's sleigh only got sunny days. It's evergreen. I've never
15.
seen a white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always been far away.
16.
Winter days. I wish it would free. I wish it would free.
17.
Mama and Papa, my sisters and brothers. There's no one in the sky, but we've all got each other. The best gift
18.
this Christmas is family. It's all I've ever known.
19.
And it's so much better than snow.
20.
Never seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out. Never seen Santa's
21.
sleigh, only got sunny days and silver green. Seen a white Christmas.
All right, the big reveal. Let me get this set up. Your training answers. Okay, I'm just going to play them down, keep the answers on screen, let you hear them again. Everybody post up on the comments or the chat roll and let us know what your score is and see how you did. And if you didn't do great this time, that's what ear training is for, to train, to develop your ears, to get them better. Man, I've seen so many of these people that are doing ear training week after week get better and better and better. Join us for the next one on January 5th.
I wish you were 20 below,
And we can make angels in snow.
Mono flanger.
On Christmas.
Number 2, stereo chorus.
I keep wishing
GreenHAAS.
we could build Frosty, but he wouldn't stay. Another snowman melts
Stereo
away
favorite.
to his grave on Christmas. What am I missing? Dreaming from my TV screen. I've never seen a white Christmas.
Stereo flanger.
Always feel like I'm missing out. Never seen Santa's sleigh. Only got sunny days.
Mono phaser.
Green. I've never
Stereo
seen a
phaser.
white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always been far away from the cold winter days. I wish it were free. Umbrellas and boots in the
There's
rain.
nothing on this. This one was dry, this is the one.
Ice skates on Christmas. Winter wishes.
Stereo flanger.
Sipping hot cocoa with fires ablaze. Oh Santa, please turn
Stereo
all my
chorus.
B's into A's on Christmas. Am I on your good list?
Mono phaser.
Dreaming from the TV screen.
Stereo chorus.
Seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out.
Stereo flanger.
Only got sunny days. It's evergreen. I've never
Mono chorus.
seen a white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always been far away from the
Stereo chorus.
I wish it would free. I wish it would free. I got
Mono chorus.
my sisters and brothers. No snow in the sky, but we've all got each other. The best gift is
Stereo
Christmas.
phaser.
It's all I've
Mono
ever
phaser.
known. It's so much better than snow. I've never
Stereo flanger.
seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out. Never seen Santa's
Stereo
sleigh.
chorus.
Only got sunny days and silver green. Seen a white Christmas.
All right, how'd y'all do? Post up your results on the chat roll in the comments, and good luck to you all. I hope you did great. Also post up all in the comments. Let us know what your favorite ear training segments are. So I love phaser flanger chorus. I think it's only the second time, maybe third time we've done it. We do rapid fire frequencies. We do what kind of reverb is this? We do what's broken, what's missing. You tell us. What do you like best? All right, what's next? I think I'm going to answer a couple more questions, and I'm going to go straight to Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery. Let's see. D. Alvey asks, "Hey Ken, first off, amazing resume and best mixing show on YouTube. Thank you very much. Great work, guys. GreenHAAS is my shit. It's mine too, D. Alvey. My question is rooted from not knowing when to separate the creating aspect from the mixing aspect. I overanalyze the process of adding plugins during both, which I'm trying to leave headroom. Can you please explain a simple breakdown on how you go from creating to mixing?" So, sprint mixing is the perfect example of this. I'm always setting the best balances that I can while I'm creating. If I'm making beats, or if I'm producing vocals, or if I'm doing an orchestra, or whatever the fuck I'm doing, I'm always trying to work with really solid rough mix balances that accurately translate how I want the song to feel back to me. It's not going to be fully mixed, but it's going to be, in the ballpark, and it's going to tell me, it's going to let my brain have a clear picture of where I think it's going to hit a finish line, just from, my experience. So yeah, I always feel like, but the other thing is, you definitely want to keep a lot of headroom on your mix bus as you're working, because as soon as you run out, you start adding things to it, thinking that you're going to get more impact by adding another kick or more bass or whatever, and all you're doing is adding distortion and fucking shit up. Zach asks, hey Ken, what is your favorite mix bus compressor to help make a track feel glued together? Zach, I was talking about it earlier. The Manley Varimu is the one for me. And when I'm mixing in the box, I use the UAD Manley Varimu plugin. I've actually found it's really damn close to how I use it on the outboard, and so yeah, mix really doesn't leave here without going through the Varimu. And the way I set up the Varimu is really slow attack, really slow release. I set up the sidechain filter. I have the T-bar mod, which turns the Varimu more into a kind of Fairchildish experience. After you hit 6 dB of reduction and above, it starts sounding more Fairchildish. So for those nerds out there, I'm going to go to Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, with his end of year, what is this, Koji platform. Oh yeah, this is great. I love this segment. You guys are going to love this. It's 6 minutes. Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery. Enjoy. Thank you, Marcus.
What's good, Mixing Night family? This is Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, and in this Mixing Night Man of Mystery moment, we're going to talk about this new platform that you can use to supercharge your link in bio. Before we get into that, check out the new gear, early Christmas gift from Mrs. DeFingers, the microphone, the mount. But let's get into this Koji platform. It is basically a way to replace your link tree, your link in bio, whatever link you're using, you can monetize it. Let me show you an example here. For example, we have Danny Con here. You can see how her page is set up here on the side. She has a video right there. She has her Instagram. She has some cool stuff about her music, her new single, Ask Me Anything. You can set all this up. Let's go to Randy Zuckerberg really quick here. You can see that she has stuff set up there about her concert, maybe some investing things. You can book her there. So you can really use this platform to monetize. So it's a free platform. Let's start that off. They have things where you can have a tip jar. We're going to go to the App Store. Koji has its own App Store. These are just some of the apps that you can use. You can have a tip jar. They don't collect any fees on the tip jar. There are some things where they do collect fees. So you want to do is go into the app that you're interested in, look at the monetization, see how that could be affecting your income. You can have a tip jar. You can say, hey, contribute to my musical journey. You can have an Ask Me Anything. So you can say, hey, I'll pay me $5 and I'll answer your question. Ask me anything. I'll do a video response. You can do a Dare Me. You can do shout outs. You can do video embeds. You can have a media wall. You can have rares, or you can use locked photos or locked videos, which can sort of replace if you're using something like OnlyFans or something like that. Or maybe you say, hey, I have this one secret that nobody else is using. Pay me $5 and I'm going to unlock the secret to Ableton or whatever the case is. You can do a giveaway. So this can replace AppSumo, where you can say, hey, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, like my latest YouTube video, and you'll be entered to win my latest single. You'll be entered to win some swag. You'll be entered to win a $25 Amazon gift card, an iPad, whatever you want to give away. You can use the Koji platform to do those giveaways. You can sell a service. You can say, hey, I do mixing, I do mastering. You can sell Instagram stories. I'm going to post on Instagram. I'm going to post on social media. You can sell an ebook. You can sell downloadable files. You can sell physical products. I've actually sold a sample pack this way as a downloadable file on the Koji platform. You can sell physical products such as, shirts, hats, shoes, things like that. You can sell that on the platform. They'll take a 5% fee per transaction. You can also sell ebooks and PDFs. Again, 5% there. So look at the monetization to see what's there. There's so much more. That's just a few. They have the NFT Web 3.0 stuff in there. They have music sharing, social media sharing things. They have affiliate links, which you can use to sort of have affiliates. If you're an Amazon affiliate, if you want to sell stuff, say, hey, here's my studio equipment if you want to buy it on Amazon or Sweetwater or whatever. Or you can also use it just to link to other pages. So I've used it to link to a series of YouTube videos. I've used it to link to sample packs and things like that. So it doesn't always have to be affiliate links. It's just a way to aggregate links. I'm going to show you one more thing. This is probably one of the most valuable things. It is in their game section. Let me get to their game. So you have instant games. What's great about these games here is that you can customize these games. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a game for Mixing Night live on the spot. So this is going to go a little bit over. Apologies, Ken, Lori, Mazzy, Dom. I'm going to go a little bit over just to show you this one part. We're going to go to invaders, and then what I'm going to do is add the invaders to my profile here. And what you can do is you can start to customize the game. So what I'm going to do is choose the player. For the player, I'm going to go to, you can upload an image from your desktop. You can paste from a URL. I'm going to go to browse image packs, and you have all these image options. I'm not going to go through all of them. What I like to do is do a web search. So if you go to image search here, and then I can type in Mixing Night, and I'm going to save this, because I'm going to use that for a couple searches in a minute. For our player, we're going to choose the Mixing Night logo. That's going to be our shooter in this Invaders game. Once we have that, we can choose our enemies. Now, none of these are going to be our enemies, so to speak, but I'm just going to show you just for the proof of concept. I'm going to just choose some random episode icons. So let's say episode 10. This is a great episode. It is not our enemy. All these episodes are our friends. We're going to go back in here. We're going to go to browse image packs. We're going to go to image search here. Again, you can browse through all those other image options. I'm just going really quickly just to get this video in. Let's choose this thing here, this Mixing Night image, and then we're going to go to one more browse image packs, image search here. Let's choose Ken on the board here. It might compress it a little bit, and then you can choose the background. So the background we're going to choose, let's go with this guy out now. That'll be our background. Again, we built a game in less than 2 minutes. And then this is the most valuable part. You can upload, you click here on the music, you can upload audio from your desktop. You can paste from a URL or you can browse sound packs. But the biggest thing is, let me give you something here. You release a new single and you create a game for that single. Let's say your single is called Invaders. You tell your audience, hey, go play my Invaders game while listening to my new song. For the next 24 hours, the top 3 people that score in this game, after those 24 hours, I'm going to give you something special. So you can incentivize people to play your game. You can say, hey, I'm going to call you. I'm going to set up a Zoom for the 3 people that have the top score, and we're going to have a chat for 30 minutes. You can ask me anything. Or I'm going to send you a shirt. I'm going to send you my new single on vinyl. I'm going to send you a hat. You can do whatever you want. But you can use this game as almost a giveaway to incentivize people to play your game and engage with your brand. So let's see what we got here. You uploaded your music. You uploaded your logos. You have your player. You named your game, whatever you wanted to call it. There we go. We're going to hit preview. And then I'm going to hit play right here. And what I can do, your music will play in the background. Here's my shooter here. I can start playing the game and then say, hey, whoever gets the top score over the next 24 hours, they get to win the new sample pack or whatever, however you want to monetize it. That's a really great way to engage with your audience, with your platform. So that's how you can set up a game in the Koji platform. So one more thing, how do you get set up? If you go to my link in bio, I will include the link in the Discord also. And what you can do is you can go to my profile. Once you click that link, you'll be taken here. Once you go to that link, all you have to do is go to the bottom, create your link in bio. This is an affiliate link, so a percentage of anything you sell for 1 year, 2% will come to me as a special thank you. But you can use that create your link in bio to start building your link in bio the way you want to set it up. I will include that link in the Discord group as well. Thank you again. This is a great way to start building your platform. Take the rest of the year to build out your platform so that when January hits, you can start engaging with your audience and sharing your brand with them, sharing your games, your music in a different and unique way. If you have any questions, definitely let me know, and I will share more information on the Koji platform. Be safe and be well. This has been Marcus Manderson. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy holidays, everyone. All right. Peace.
Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, thank you so much for another great segment. And I have the very, very unruly, lovable hellhound Mazakine Lewis scratching at the door, trying to get into the treats. Oh, that girl is just ruthless. Okay, we're going to do the new assistant engineer segment. I had my assistant engineer who's been with me a few months, Johnathan My new assistant, Johnathan Garcia, has done an assistant engineer segment for you all. And I asked him to kind of just kick off his segments with, like, well, what was your experience in getting your job here? So the next 2 minutes is going to be that. Here's Johnathan Garcia. Come on. There we go. Boom.
What up, family? My name is Johnathan. I go by Dreamer, and I'm the assistant to Ken Lewis. Yeah. So, basically, this segment is what it's like to be an assistant engineer, what the role consists of, how do you get here, how do you level up. And I got this position because I worked mad hard. Freaking mad hard. And that's basically like the entire game. How long can you just consistently be working mad hard, and how much do you want this? Where do you want to go? You have to understand and know where you want to go at the end of this, and you just have to keep learning. The biggest rule is just you never stop learning. You treat this as the most important job, even when you're an intern that you're not getting paid, because you're gaining the experience. Everything, you just treat it like you're working with the top, your top artist, whoever that may be for you. Always, just no matter what it is. any session, any kind of editing, any like even picking up the trash, you have to treat it like this is the most important thing, and nothing else can get to that level. So when you just start playing at that level always, there's just benefits. My advice for anybody that wants to start out, that's in school, high school, college, get an internship while you're in school. It's going to benefit you in the long run, and it's going to look great on your resume, you know, and you just have to outwork everybody else. Easy enough. But that's it for right now. Shouts to Mixing That Audio, and have a great New Year.
All right, that's our resident goofball, Johnathan Garcia, holding shit down. Let's see. What's next? I'm gonna go to a full mix. So I'm gonna. Jonathan's gonna do a recurring segment on assistant engineer stuff. So if you are trying to get yourself to assistant engineer level, and you know you want him to cover a topic for you, then drop us a line and let us know. And we'll see what his next segment is going to be. What is... Oh, yeah, that's going to close the show. That's so good. Man, the show closer is so good tonight. I'm so happy with it. All right. I'm pulling up Sean Frayne, Get Up and Go. His new single drops in 2 days. The pre-save link is in the description of the video you're watching right now. Go pre-save his single and stream the hell out of it on Friday. It really super helps independent artists when you do that. And make sure that you save it to your playlists and put the little heart on it and shit. You'd be shocked at, like, everything is algorithmic nowadays. And basically, the computers are analyzing every move that you make in listening land. They're saying, did you add it to your playlist? Did you heart it? Did you share it with a friend? Did you... you know, all of these different actions. Did you listen from start to finish? Did you listen a second time? You know, all of these things kind of rank each song on a streaming platform algorithmically, and the ones that get the best fan interaction rise on playlists, and the ones that don't, they sink a little bit, or they just never appear on playlists. But that's one of the ways that you kind of get into more heavy streaming and shit like that. So, okay. So I've kept a couple of the things that I did on my full mix on this before, just so I don't have to mix the whole thing from scratch, and I can kind of show you a little bit of vocals. I'm going to mix some vocals from scratch too, but honestly, so I don't know why. We checked all of these sessions literally right before broadcast, and Waves was working. And I have Waves Mercury, and I use it a lot, so I'm not really sure how much I can actually mix tonight. I'm really sorry, Sean. I'm gonna try, but none of my Waves shit works. So fuck Waves. What the? And this is the second time that this has happened. I don't. Whatever. Yeah, it is okay. Let's see if I can pro it up here and fucking forget about Waves. So, if y'all pay. Oh, and the SSL just crapped out and reset itself as well. Man, you know, the live broadcast is it's a fun animal. So now that the SSL is back and seems like it's working, what, you know, if you see me sprint mix, I do a kind of a less condensed version of that when I mix for real, and because the word mixing tells you everything that you need to know about it. It's not listen to things in solo and make things sound great in solo. It's put everything into a big mixing bowl and start listening and pulling it apart and putting it back together and seeing how it fits everything together and seeing how things are interacting with others. And you can't really do that if not everything is interacting. So I get everything into the mix real fast, and then I start fine-tuning how it feels and how it sounds. And every decision I make is based on my vision of where I want the song to go, how I want to get it there, and how I think the tools are best to get me. So first I'm going to sprint a little bit and start getting a good solid rough. I should maybe play you. I'll play you 30 seconds, 1 minute of like my original mix, just so you guys have like a good idea of what this song actually sounds like. Well, that's not playing there either. That's interesting. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so this is the rough mix of Sean Frayne, Get Up and Go.
Decisions are my one weakness. Try to move on, I regress. You raise the bar, crawl into bed. Your voice beside me says, hey, I love you, babe, I know it's hard on you. Oh, some days it feels like your dreams won't come true. Oh, forget your second thoughts, no matter what you do. Don't give up the ghost, just get up and go.
All right, so before I start a full mix with any client, I'm listening to the rough mix 3-4 times at least. And the rough mix, it tells you certain things about the artist, about the song, about it helps you form a picture in your brain as a mixer and or as a creative about where you think you're going to take this. So this is what he's done, and I'm listening to it and I'm making my mental notes of like, okay, well, the rough mix tells me that he's got a bit of a throwback vibe to him. He's got these big 80s synth pop things going. The voice is treated in the rough mix with a little bit of a slap back. You can tell it's got this kind of like retro vibe to it that's really cool, but it's also got this really infectious danceable shit going on. And I need to make sure all of those elements all kind of come together. And listening to the rough mix has given me a much, much better picture of when I begin to pull in faders from nothing. That fader is connected now to a musical idea or something that I've just absorbed in the rough mix. And then it tells me musically much easier where to put it instead of engineering wise, like, oh, okay, my nerd brain tells me that this should be 6 dB up, but my musical brain tells me that it should just, I should just find the place, and then it's wherever that lands it is. So the booth is telling me that Sean Frayne is live on the broadcast right now, so say hello to him on the chat roll, and pre-save his song. The link is in the description. Stream the hell out of it on Friday, and he will really appreciate that. I will too, since I mixed it. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to mute the rough mix and I'm going to go to the full mix, and I'm going to start smashing into the fucking track everything that belongs in this song right now, and just trying, start balancing it up.
Decisions are my one weakness.
Okay. Do you hear as I keep bringing more and more elements in? I'm not really EQing anything. I'm just kind of balancing by feel and by ear. And you feel the song is starting to already get better and better and better. And the takeaway from this is that so many people start bringing up the drums, and the first thing you do is start EQing the drums. And then after your drums are all EQ'd, then you bring in the bass, and then you bring in the guitars, and by the time you're done EQing your drums, I've already got all of the bass and the synths and all of the drums and everything else in, and now I'm starting to make decisions on how the groove feels based on how the organ and the synth are interacting with the bass line and the kick. And you're still working on the kick drum. So there is a method to the madness of working quickly that is not about working quickly. It's about being in the moment and being conscious of the song that you're working on and making decisions based on the song and not based on your nerd engineering stuff that, that you have to learn all that stuff. You have to learn the tools and how they work and how you can get them to work for you. As soon as you know the tools, then that shit goes back in the tool shed and you turn your brain on autopilot and you just go. And you don't think in terms of tools and numbers and ratios and I'm going to use this compressing on that and this EQ. Man, I don't think like that. I just try and really be on turned off autopilot when I'm trying to be in the moment as a mixer, which I'm going to do right now. You see I'm going through just one by one and I'm finding on my controller. Basically the SSL is a big controller right now. I'm mixing in the box using the controller side of the SSL faders. If I hit this button here and this light turns blue, then I'm on the analog side of the SSL. But because I'm broadcasting digitally and trying to teach you guys on gear that you can replicate these techniques with, I'm mixing in the box. The SSL is a controller right now. I am not mixing analog. And I'm just going through step by step and I'm finding where every piece of my mix is and putting it in so that I can evaluate and tweak further.
your dreams won't come true. Whoa, forget your second thoughts, no matter what you do, don't give up. Get up and go. Just get up and go. Just get up and go. Just get up and go. I know some days it feels like your dreams won't come true. Oh, forget your second thoughts, no matter what you do, don't give up.
Now, see, even like this lead vocal, there's no plugins on it right now. I need to do a lot of work on it, but I'm putting it in the mix roughly balanced so that my ears and my brain remember, oh shit, I've got this whole lead vocal that I got to make sure that everything that I'm doing with the mix either gets out of the lead vocal's way and helps support what it's doing, or otherwise enhances or reinforces it. And, you know, mixing is all about making sure that the artist and the song translate as best as closely as possible, or even better than the artist's original vision. That's kind of the goal. And obviously you hope as a mixer or producer that the sonics of that mix are great as well, but the most important thing is the feel of that mix. And as long as the mix feels great, then that is truly what matters. So I'm putting the vocals in just so I remember to leave a pocket and a hole for them. But before I've even really dug into compression and limiting, and this is a stripped down, you know, kind of from scratch session, you see, I've already got probably something that's nearing as good as the rough mix, and I've been working maybe 15 minutes, maybe. And what I do is a very, you know, here's the long approach to this, is basically work very, very, very fast, get everything into the mix, start evaluating everything against everything else, and then slow down. And as you progress deeper and deeper into the mix and get closer to the finish line, your moves get slower and more deliberate, and you know, fewer and further between. And and I find I do a lot more just kickback listening later in the mix, and just trying to listen more as a real listener and not as somebody working on the song. And I try and put myself in the position of a listener, and I just go like, all right, I've never heard the song before, you know, how do I feel about it? Let me just play my mix right now and ask myself as a listener, is this connecting with me? Is the song translating to me as a fan or a potential fan the way that the mixer is trying to get this to hit me? And when you start asking yourself questions like that, your brain does really interesting things, and you perceive what you've been working on for hours and hours and hours completely differently. And then you listen again and your brain is like, holy shit, dude, how were you doing this for the last hour, listening to the vocal a dB and a half too low? What were you thinking? And, you know, stuff like that, when you change perspective on how you're listening, just becomes super, super obvious. One of the tricks of that is just push yourself back from the controls so that you can't reach anything. Start listening and force yourself not to touch any of the controls for one full listen through while you just listen. And it is a completely, utterly different listening experience than it is from right here with your hands on the controls ready to tweak. One of the other key things about being a top mixer is you have to be able to snap your perspective between the micro and the macro. So you need to be able to if you see me when I'm soloing things really quickly and then unsoloing and putting them back in the mix. And what I'm doing there is I'm allowing my brain to catalog what I'm hearing so that I can follow it around the mix better. And all of these things, without soloing them 20 or 30 minutes into my mix, I should be able to listen to any section that any piece is in and be able to hear that part and what it's doing and why. And then I can ask myself, well, am I losing the part sometimes? Do I need to compress it to even it out? Are the drums hitting hard enough? Does the kick need more weight? Like, You know, okay, now that everything is interacting and starting to feel good and the balances are coming together, now where am I coming up short? Is there enough movement in the drums? Is there, you know, does the sub shake the room if we got an 808 heavy song? You know, this has got kind of a throwback feel. Are the synths driving enough? You know, am I tempted to let the drums lead instead of the synths lead? Like, you know, all of these questions come out, and you start realizing that mixing is so much more about creative decisions than it is about technical decisions. And I cannot impress that upon you enough. You must learn the technical shit. You got to learn how all of, you know, how a compressor works and what different attack times and releases do to your, you know, how you affect signal and stuff. But once you have the tools under your belt, forget that shit and go on autopilot, and just really every decision you make has got to be about what does the music need. And the more you mix, the more that statement makes a whole lot of sense. But if you find yourself as a mixer laboring over what is this plugin doing, and thinking like, first off, one of the biggest mistakes that young mixers make is you don't need a plugin on everything. Most things you don't. And take, like, you know, I grew up in the age of gigantic SSL and Neve consoles. So I'd walk in the studio with a 12-foot Neve, and I'd have 96 channels of audio to play with. And you'd have something spread out across most of the console. And the thing that you would realize is most of the EQs on the console are turned off. Most of the compressors on the console, and on a SSL J9000, you have a compressor on every channel. Most of them are turned off. And you have the tools working on the channels that you really need to enhance them with, and turned off on the others. And when I was coming up at a major studio in New York City, and I got to see a bunch of other really top mixers work, like Andy Wallace and Tony Maserati and, man, Angela Paiva, and God, there were just amazing mixers that I learned from. Prince Charles Alexander was a heavyweight when I was getting into New York. So many people. And one of the things that I noticed, especially from guys like Mike Fossenkemper and Andy Wallace, was the simplicity with which they work. You would look at a finished Andy Wallace SSL mix console from a song that was destined to be a hit, and you would just by the controls go, he probably hasn't started yet, has he? And then you hit play, and the thunder that comes out of those fucking speakers is like a religious experience. And that is really, when you start seeing that over and over and over, and how the greats really simplify shit, and you just go like, oh, maybe I'm thinking too much about the wrong things. And actually, I've said this a lot, Michael Brower has a great like 5-minute YouTube segment that he did with Waves on starting a mix. I highly encourage you to find it. When I watched this Michael Brower thing, I was just like, other people do this too. I'm not alone. Oh my God. I think, because, you know, guys like me, we're kind of in a bubble a little bit. You know, I don't get to interact with a ton of other mixers anymore. One of the cool things about Mixing Night to me is that I have some of my good industry friends that are tuning in. It's crazy. Like, you know, Bob Horn is tuning in, and Sean Frayne is tuning in, and fucking who else has been on the chat? Well, Howie Weinberg's been on the show. I mean, what? You know, it's ridiculous, the people that show up. And that's very much like the olden days of studios like Hit Factory in New York and Electric Lady, who's still there, but you'd have these big multi-room facilities, and you'd have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different record dates all going on at one facility in different studios at the same time. And that's how artists would like run into each other and set up collaborations. And that's how, like, I remember I hadn't worked with Kanye for like a year and a half. I just hadn't seen him. And then one night I get called to go to a session at the old Sony studios on 54th and 10th in Manhattan. And Kanye was working in Studio B, and I was working in Studio D. And I just walked down to Studio B and knocked on the door and walked in, and he gave me the biggest fucking smile on his face. I hadn't seen him in forever. And this business is just a lot of out of sight, out of mind. And you know, if I'm not in his peripheral, he ain't really thinking about me. But I dropped in and said hello because we happen to be working at the same studio, and lo and behold, the phone rang the next morning, and for the next 2 weeks, I was doing Kanye West stuff again. And that's just, you know, that's kind of the olden days. So I don't know how I got off topic on that, but that's Mixing Night building community that's one of my favorite kind of side things about it, is that I think it's bringing such a cool, diverse talent pool together of different people. You know, my waves ain't working, so I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to pull this together in some magical way. I'm sorry, Sean, but but the song is great, and you guys should definitely go and support it. I'm getting a little worn out tonight, so I am going to go to the end of the broadcast and play you our closer, which I absolutely love. First, I'm going to play you just a few seconds of Cliff Sims' Never Seen a White Christmas. Go follow Cliff on Spotify and stream this song. It is Christmas fabulous. It should be on all of your holiday playlists. Check it out.
On Christmas, I keep wishing we could build Frosty, but he wouldn't stay. Another snowman melts away to his grave on Christmas. What am I missing?
All live orchestra.
Dreaming from my TV screen. I've never seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing out. Never seen Santa's sleigh, only got sunny days. It's evergreen. I've never seen a white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list.
All right, that's Cliff Sims' Never Seen a White Christmas. Add it to your Christmas playlist right now. But I am going to close the show with something from Jamie Scott Heatlie, friend of the show, active participant in the beat challenges. He's always throwing down some heat from the Heatlie on the beat challenges. Jamie sent this to us today, and I didn't know what it was, but it turns out that it is a cover of Never Seen a White Christmas, and it is absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to close the show and close 2021 Mixing Night with Jamie Scott Heatlie, Never Seen a White Christmas. Thanks for joining us this year. It has been a really shitty year, but it has been made so much better with our Mixing Night community. It truly has. And thank you all for all of your support and joining us for every broadcast. It just means the world to us, and we really hope that we're giving back in a great way. So here is Jamie Scott Heatlie with your Christmas message. Good night from Mixing Night. I'm Ken Lewis from the whole Mixing Night crew here. Thank you for a great year, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next year on January 5th, 2 weeks from now, and then it's first week of the month on Wednesday for Mixing Night in 2022, once a month. Merry Christmas.
So, Merry Christmas to Ken, Laurie, Dom, Marcus, and the rest of the mixing team. Have a good one. This is for you guys. I wish it was 20 below. We could make angels in the snow on Christmas. I keep wishing we could build Frosty, that he wouldn't stay. Another snowman melts away to his grave on Christmas. Winter wishing, and I'm dreaming from my TV screen. I've never seen a white Christmas. I feel like I'm missing now. I never seen Santa's sleigh, only got sunny days where it's evergreen. I've never seen a white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always been far away from them cold winter days, and I wish it were free. Umbrellas and boots in the rain. I'd rather a scarf and ice skates on Christmas. Winter wishing, sipping hot cocoa with fires ablaze. Would Santa please turn all my B's into A's on Christmas? Am I on your good list? And I'm dreaming from my TV screen. I've never seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing now. Never seen Santa's sleigh, only got sunny days where it's evergreen. I've never seen a white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always been far away from them cold winter days. I wish it were free. He's got mama and papa, my sisters and brothers. No snow in the sky, but we've all got each other. The best gift of Christmas is family. And it's all I've ever known. And it's so much better than snow. I've never seen a white Christmas. I always feel like I'm missing now. I've never seen Santa's sleigh, only got sunny days where it's evergreen. I've never seen a white Christmas. It's at the top of my wish list. Always been far away from them cold winter days. I wish it were free.
So,
Oh, wow. Jamie Scott Heatlie serenading us out for the year. Really remarkable, just a remarkable version of that song. To hear somebody cover a song that you wrote like that is really brilliant. I'm sure Cliff Sims and Michael Moss are smiling ear to ear right now. I certainly am. So we're closing out Mixing Night 2021. Thank you all for joining us all year for a great year. Please tap in with us for 2022. We are back January 5th, and then it's going to be the first Wednesday of every month in 2022. We are going to bring you some barn burners of shows. Signing off until next year. Merry Christmas, everybody. Good night. Good night, Mazzy.